Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you have watched my videos before, you may be like, wow, your camera quality is up today. And it is because I decided to actually put in the effort and bring out my Sony camera. So if you don't know this, I am a filmmaker, so of course your girl has cameras at home and sometimes I forget I can use them and it doesn't always have to be for film and I can actually just like make very high quality cinematic looking YouTube videos with it. But yeah, so we're doing a little professional today and I actually have my camera out with me. I got a home microphone, we're all set up. So yeah, there's nothing special about today's video except for the fact that the camera quality is different. Today I'm going to be talking about books. I am going to give you guys a short little book haul of the books I've got recently. I've been really trying to get back into reading. I have not read a single book since the start of this year, and I really, as you can tell, I have books behind me. And I really am trying to get to reading all of them, and I'm really trying to get back into reading. A big part, I talk a lot about my mental health. I'm very open about my mental health on this channel, and if you don't like that, that's more than okay. You can click off. But I do talk about my mental health a lot, and a big reason as to why I've been having a hard time with going back into my hobbies and the things that I like doing is because my mental health has gotten in the way of a lot of that. But I recently started reading again, and I'm really trying to just keep the flow going and to keep reading, to keep feeding my brain with just more and more knowledge, because reading really does help your brain. Obviously, I think we all know that. And especially in this day and age where technology is taking over everything, I just really want to make sure that I'm appreciating all the physical media that there is, because I absolutely love physical media. As you can tell, I have so many books you can't even see, but I own a whole stack of DVDs since I've had them since I was a kid. I have a whole vinyl collection, I have a CD collection. I'm very big on physical media because as much as I love digital media, sometimes I'm literally I'm a filmmaker, so like a lot of the things I do is digital. As much as I do love it, I really do appreciate physical media a whole lot, and I actually really appreciate that. And reading is just so important to me, and whenever people ask me, I say I do love reading because I do. It's just I've been in such a bad reading block and in a reading slump for like the longest time. But I have been reading a book lately, and I want to talk about that book, and I'm also going to give you guys a little book haul because I did go to Barnes and Nobles and Target yesterday, and I got me 5 little books, and I want to show it to you guys. So yeah, let's get on with this video. So the book I'm currently reading is The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. I can come closer. The book I am currently reading is The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. I love John Green so much. I've kind of been having a John Green summer, because if you guys watched my last video, which is my May favorites, I talked about how I loved Turtles All the Way Down the movie, and especially being a newly diagnosed person with OCD, finding representation in different forms of media means a lot to me, and it's a big reason why I'm going to be a filmmaker myself, just to make sure that everybody's represented, and the communities that I am in, that I often don't see in media, since they're not being portrayed, I want to be able to create those stories and tell those stories, because every single story is important. But I won't get into the yap session about that. But it's like I've been trying to understand OCD and learn more about it, especially since it's a part of my life now, knowing that that's actually what has been happening in my life. So yeah, in almost every video I've been talking about my OCD, and I'm very open about it, and I'm not ashamed of it or to talk about it. So yeah, but John Green, he actually has OCD, and he says in this book has nothing to do with his OCD, but I mentioned how I watched Turtles All the Way Down, which it was a book written by him, and it became a movie, and I absolutely loved the movie, and I feel like Aza's character really just says all the things and words all the things about having obsessive thoughts that I just have not been able to articulate into my words, and the way the script writers for that movie translated the book into the film and the way Asa speaks, it's just absolutely perfect, and I feel very represented by Asa Holmes. I love you so much. I love you, John Green. But this is another one of his books called The Anthropocene Reviewed. I have had this book for a minute, and I don't know why I decided to just start reading this book. I think it's because this is the only John Green book I have right now, and after watching Turtles All the Way Down, which I had known was a book by John Green, I decided to just start reading John Green books once I learned that he has OCD, and so like he's a very notable figure, and I take a lot of inspiration from John Green. And so far in this book, because this is the book I'm currently reading, this is not a part of the book haul, this is just the book I'm currently reading. I'm gonna read the back for you guys because I'm not very good at articulating summaries, but I'm really trying to work on that, which is why I'm reading. But this is what the back of the book says. The Anthropocene is the current geological age in which humans have profoundly reshaped the planet and its biodiversity. In this remarkable symphony of essays, best-selling author John Green reviews different facets of the human-centered planet on a 5-star scale, from the QWERTY, let me know if I said that wrong, keyboard and sunsets to Canada geese and penguins in Madagascar. I just read that chapter. Funny, complex, and rich with detail, the reviews chart the contradictions of contemporary humanity. I absolutely love this book, and yeah, this is the last sentence says, John Green's gift for storytelling shines throughout the masterful collection. The Anthropocene Reviewed is an open-hearted exploration of the paths we forge and an unironic celebration of falling in love with the world. And I love this so much, and the one thing I love about this book so far, because I'm like 47% done with it, and I've annotated a bit, as you can see. The one thing I absolutely love about this book so far is that the way John Green can like because the chapters are done by like topic of what he's talking about, and he just rambles on about it. I relate to it so much in the way that he just knows so much about a random topic and then just talks about it for a very long time. I relate to that so much. Like I get very hyperfixated on a topic, and then I learn so much about it that I can ramble about it for so long, but then I won't know something like math. You know what I mean? Like in the average academic things of life, or like the average things you learn academically, I may not remember that, but then might be some very random niche topic or just another topic that I'm very knowledgeable about. And I feel like that's how John Green writes this book, is that there's just so many random topics that is just like so diverse in each chapter, in each essay, and he just knows so much about it. And I yearn to be this educated, and that is also why I am reading much more. So this book has been very good. I just rambled a whole lot about that book, and now I'm going to get into the actual book haul. So I bought 6 books. It is 6 books. I bought 6 books recently. One of them was from Amazon, 2 of them were from Target, and then 3 of them were from Barnes & Nobles. So I'm going to show you guys each of the books that I got. I have a very diverse taste in books. I always want to try at least one of different genres, but I really do like literary fiction, I do like contemporary fiction, romantic fiction, those kind of things. I don't mind like lighthearted like gay romances, or like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't mind like your typical popular style of romance, but I prefer a more deeper and emotional aspect of romance kind of thing. I just yearn for emotion, I yearn for realness, and I yearn for vulnerability within the things that I read, and so just things like that. I love those kinds of things. So yeah, that's just a little backstory on the books I like to read. The first book I got, well, it's not in order, I just kind of stacked them, and I'm just gonna show it to you guys in the order I have them in right here. But the first book I got, don't mind, I still have the Target tag on it. This is Girls Like Us by Jennifer Dugan, and I'm going to read the back for you guys for each of, I'm going to read the back for you guys for each of the books so you guys can understand it. But I picked up this book in Target, and it seemed very interesting. And I also got 2 Jennifer Dugan books. I think that's how you say her name, or Dugan. Let me know how to pronounce it. And I'm super excited to read these books. But anyway, this is the back. Ruby and Morgan fell for each other during their senior year of high school, and now almost a year later, they are determined to keep their spark alive even while they're apart. Morgan is studying public policy on a track scholarship at a university several hours away, where Ruby stayed in their hometown and exploring her love of mechanics in the automotive engineering program at the local community college. Despite their best efforts, the space between them begins to weigh on the girls, with new friendships and flirtatious classmates adding complications. Still, the two are counting down the days to a spring break getaway and the bliss of a whole summer vacation together. But when Morgan discovers she's a finalist for the perfect internship and Ruby gets a shot to appear on her favorite automotive TV show, their plans are thrown into question. With both girls unwilling to stand in the way of each other's future, they wonder, can their relationship still go the distance even if they're on separate paths? And I'm so excited to read this book. I've been really gravitating toward books that have to do with college. I've been noticing that if any book is set in Seattle, I'm very gravitated toward it because that is where I'm moving to in September for college. So literally any books that have to do with college, I'm just like super interested in it. And yeah, so I'm very excited to read this book. This is again Girls Like Us by Jennifer Dugan. Or Duggan, let me know how to pronounce that name. But yeah, so excited. The next book is, this was popular in Book Talk a very long time ago, and I've had it on my TBR and like to buy, like books I want to buy for more than 3 years, I want to say, but I didn't get it until now, and it is because besides college topic books or books that have characters or the story is set in college or relates to college. I've obviously also been gravitated towards stories with OCD representation because I just want to learn more about it, and hearing it from different sides of different stories is very educational for me, and it helps me understand myself and makes me feel less lonely too. So that is why I picked up this book, and it is Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. If you haven't heard of this book, this is the back. It says, "If you could read my mind, you wouldn't be smiling." Wait. I read the back of this book. I didn't read that first line. Already need to annotate that right now because literally. But anyway, Samantha McAllister looks just like the rest of the popular girls in her junior class, but hidden beneath the straightened hair and her expertly applied makeup is a secret that her friends would never understand. Sam has purely obsessional OCD and is consumed by a stream of dark thoughts and worries that she can't turn off. Second-guessing every move, thought, and word makes daily life a struggle, and it doesn't help that her lifelong friends will turn toxic at the first sign of a wrong outfit, wrong lunch, or wrong crush. Yet Sam knows she'd be truly crazy to leave the protection of the most popular girls in school. So when Sam meets Caroline, she has to keep her new friend with a refreshing sense of humor and no style a secret, right up there with Sam's weekly visits to her psychiatrist. Caroline introduces Sam to Poet's Corner, a hidden room and a tight-knit group of misfits who have been ignored by the school at large. Sam is drawn to them immediately, especially a guitar-playing guy with a talent for verse, and starts to discover a whole new side of herself. Slowly she begins to feel more normal than she ever has as part of the popular crowd, until she finds a new reason to question her sanity and all she holds dear. Yeah, I'm very excited to read this book. I was so confused because I swear I had this book, but then I realized I didn't. But if I look on my bookshelf right now and I do end up having it, I don't know. But I'm very excited to read this book. I'm going to be saying that for every single book. I'm very excited to read every single book I have on my shelf, so no sense I say that, but I am very excited to read this book. Yes, already by that first line, "If you could read my mind, you wouldn't be smiling." Literally so good. The next book I have is If Tomorrow Doesn't Come by Jen St. Jude. Look at this cover. Can we take a moment to appreciate this cover? Like, I don't know what my stuff looks like. Okay, I can look closer. I'm looking at what this camera is showing me on my computer screen, and I realized I was so far away. Yeah, I can come closer. Can we appreciate this cover though? It is so beautiful. I love it so much. It is so pretty. Okay, I love sci-fi romances where it's the stakes are high, it's the end of the world, it's emotional, it's heavy. And I'm gonna say something. It wasn't a romance, it was a platonic story, but the only book I've ever cried so heavily to was a Jungkook and Jimin fanfiction called Wonder. It was a post-apocalyptic sci-fi fanfiction, and I read it all in one night, and I was bawling the entire night, and I still think about it to this day. I very much still think about it to this day. It was beautifully written. Yes, guys, I read fanfiction, so what? I don't read like smut. I don't read like YN fanfictions. I just read like fiction fanfictions. Like if there's like an actual like story that people create and then just insert like, I don't know, BTS I guess into it, then I like to read it because I love BTS. But then that's also like how I started working on my writing, is just like using real life people just to create like characters just to practice. And so yeah, that was like the saddest fanfiction. That was the saddest story I've ever read. I've never cried that hard to a book until The Song of Achilles. And yeah, sci-fi, romance, sci-fi, platonic, the stakes are so high, and it's just, I don't know, I hope I can learn how to write sci-fi one day because that'll be super cool. But anyway, this is kind of sci-fi, and it says, when you can't save the world, how do you save yourself? Avery Byrne or Brine, not for sure, has secrets. She's queer, she's in love with her best friend, and she's suffering from undiagnosed clinical depression. On the morning those secrets lead Avery toward a desperate decision, the world discovers an asteroid is heading for Earth, and no one can stop it. With only 9 days left to live, Avery does her best to make it to the end of the world, but as time runs out and secrets come to light, Avery realizes she would do anything to save the one she loves, and perhaps most importantly, she learns to save herself. Speak her truth, seek the support she needs, find hope in the tomorrows she has left. Yeah, this is like exactly my kind of romance book. Like, this is my exactly my kind of sci-fi. Off topic, sci-fi, I really want to read Project Hail Mary, because I know it's a movie, and obviously being a filmmaker myself, I really want to watch the movie, but I really want to read the book first. So I really want to read that book. Anyway, this is like, out of my whole book haul, I'm most excited to read this book because one, it has to do with mental health. I'm very big on mental health. And second, it has to do sci-fi, and second, it has to do romance. Yes, exactly. Yes, I love it. I love it. The stakes are so high, and I'm so excited. Like, I'm the most excited to read this book. I know I keep saying I'm so excited to read this book and every single book, but I'm most excited to read this book. The next book, as we saw in my May favorites, and is quite obvious as to why I have it, and when I was literally just talking about John Green, I obviously own Turtles All the Way Down now. Yes, I did watch the movie before I read the book, and it was just because I love movies, and I had access to the movie, and I watched it before I read the book. But it's okay, because I'm gonna read the book, and you know what? I need to find a synonym for I'm excited to read this book. I am ecstatic to read this book. I literally talk about my mental health. I literally said this before, and I'll said it over and over again. This book deals with a character named Asa who has OCD, and she is just navigating that as she goes through her life, and she's navigating that as a teenager. She's navigating that as she goes through different changes with her friendships, with her family, with going to college, after, because she's a senior. Oh my gosh. As I'm speaking, I'm like realizing I am Asa Holmes. I mean, I've known this, but I'm literally Asa Holmes. I just graduated, I'm going to college, I have OCD, and that's a lot to figure out. It's very scary. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna read the back for you. Asa never intended to pursue the mystery of fugitive billionaire Russell Pickett. There's a $100,000 reward at stake, and her best and most fearless friend Daisy is eager to investigate. So together they navigate the short distance and broad divides that separate them from Pickett's son, Davis. Asa is trying. She's trying to be a good daughter, a good friend, a good student, and maybe even a good detective, while also living within ever-tightening spiral of her own thoughts. John Green, the acclaimed award-winning author of The Anthropocene Reviewed, as I told before, Looking for Alaska and The Fault in Our Stars, shares Asa's story with shattering, unflinching clarity in this brilliant novel of love, resilience, and the power of lifelong friendship. This book actually inspired a novel slash film I'm currently writing right now. If you want to see content of my actual like screenwriting and writing processes, let me know. I'm not gonna say the last line I've been saying for every single book, but you know how I feel about all the books here. The next book is the other Jennifer Dugan book, or Duggan. Please let me know how to pronounce it. And it is Some Girls Do. Okay. Can we show some love for these covers? Cause like I literally like all of these romance books we have here. Like can I get some love for all of them? Like, do we see this? Do we see this? Sorry, I'm like looking at my camera to make sure you guys can see it. Like, do we see this? Like, I'm not really one for like the cartoon romance covers, but like, look how beautiful this is. Like, it looks so nostalgic and so beautiful. And you know, I'm very good at the arts in the variety of art forms that manifest on this earth, but like, I'm terrible at drawing. Like, I'm not able to draw. I do not know how to draw. I do not know how to create physical like art with like drawing, painting, those kind of things, and I applaud those people. And please continue creating, please continue drawing, please continue painting, because AI sucks and I hate AI so much. So please continue doing that. Please continue drawing and painting every single thing, because it is just so beautiful, and I wish I could. Every now and then I'll draw something and I'll be like, yo, wait, this kind of looks really great. But it's only sometimes. You know, I have my own little art style, and I like it how I like it. It's fine. But I'm not like well versed in that kind of art, and I wish I was, but I'm just not able to. I'm terrible at it. But I appreciate artists so much. Every single artist. If you're an artist watching this and you are a filmmaker, writer, if you like, if you partake in the arts, I love you. I love you. Never stop, please. Anyway, this is Some Girls Do by Jennifer Dugan. And the back says, Morgan, an elite track athlete, is forced to transfer late in her senior year after it turns out being gay is against her private Catholic school's code of conduct. Ruby loves nothing more than tinkering with her baby blue 1970 Ford Torino, but most weekends she's stuck living out the dreams of her mother, a former beauty queen, by competing in local pageants. I don't know why I'm not reading well right now. Morgan and Ruby are drawn to each other, and when they're together, Ruby begins to envision a future for herself she never thought possible. While Morgan, out and proud and determined to have a fresh start, doesn't want to have to keep their budding relationship a secret, Ruby has never told anyone about the feelings she's denied herself for so long. With each girl at a different point on her own journey, can they go the distance together? If I'm not mistaken, this is a series. This is a series. I'm learning that now. Jennifer Dugan, I'm going to read more of your books, but I'm learning this now. I'm pretty sure this is the first book in the series, this is the second book in the series. I bought them thinking there were two different standalones, but they are a series. But yes, I'm not going to say that last sentence again, because we already know how I feel about every single book. And lastly but not leastly, I guess, last but not least, we have That Which Feeds Us by Keala Kendall. What stood out to me about this book, because I did not know anything about this book until I was in Target, is that it is a Native Hawaiian author. Can we get a round of applause, please? Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go on a quick tangent, as I do with every single thing I talk about. The reason why I'm doing filmmaking and the arts in general is because I rarely see Native Hawaiian representation in so many different forms of media, and so whenever there's an opportunity for me to support Polynesian artists, I am going to. And I was not aware this was at Target until I saw it. I saw the first name Keala and I was like, I need to investigate. And turns out Keala Kendall is a Hapa Native Hawaiian author. She is a co-founder of Pacific Islanders in Publishing and a past organizer of the Books for Maui charity auction. Born in Honolulu, raised in Molokai, she now lives as a part of the Native Hawaiian diaspora in Los Angeles. And I get a round of applause. So obviously, you know, I had to pick up this book. Any single opportunity I can support a Native Hawaiian author, artist, I'm going to, because I'm a Native Hawaiian Polynesian author, artist. Like, yeah. Oh, well, I can't say author yet because I haven't fully published a book yet, but I'm working on it. Yes. please support your fellow Polynesian artists, okay? We deserve to be seen because our stories do matter, and we are all creative and talented just like any other artist. So please support us. Anyway, this is called That Which Feeds Us. Okay, every single book here has a beautiful cover. Like, can I get a moment of appreciation for this? Like, this is stunning. Ignore the Target tag, but like, this is stunning, okay? Anyways, the back says, Paradise has a price. Ohia's not here, Lehua thought, and maybe she wanted someone else to say that. Your sister isn't on a private island resort picking persimmons for wellness, ignoring you and your calls. She's on a different island farm. But Lehua wasn't optimistic. Something is wrong. Yeah. I love seeing... Literally, I cannot explain the feeling when I see like Native Hawaiian names in a movie, a book, a film. That's the same thing. When I see Native Hawaiian names in media, or when I see Polynesian names in media, I get so happy because we're just so underrepresented. But I know so many Native Hawaiian and Polynesian artists, and we all of our stories deserve to be told, and all of our art deserves to be showcased as just as much as any other artist. And so please, please, please support your Polynesian artists and writers and authors and filmmakers and actors, any sort of artist out there that is Polynesian. Please support them. And yes, I will definitely let you guys know how I feel about this book when I actually read it. But like I said about every other book, I'm very, very excited to read this one. But anyways, this is the book stack we have as of recent. I'm gonna say it for the millionth time. I'm very excited to read every single one of these books, and I will definitely let you guys know how I feel about them and talk about them. I do have a Goodreads account, but I'm not like super active. Like I don't really make reviews. Like I have a Letterboxd account too, but I don't make reviews. I just like kind of rate it by the stars, but I don't like write stuff down unless I really need to say something. Like I've debated on making a whole full-length like video essay on the lessons that the Michael movie has taught me, but that's just like, you know, that's like if I really have stuff to say about it. But yeah, I don't really write reviews, but I do have a Goodreads, I do have a Letterboxd. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this book haul. If you guys enjoy these book videos, please let me know. I know there's only like 4 people watching my videos, and that's more than okay because I just enjoy making them. I enjoy video editing, obviously, and I just enjoy creating things, and you should all enjoy creating things too. Please never stop creating. I'm gonna say that in like all of my videos, I think. Never stop creating if you are an artist, and please continue to pursue art, physical art created by humans, please. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.